G'day hammerheads, how's it going? So I am just about to break in my brand new Makita 40 volt D-Handle. It is the HR007G, probably called something else in the Americas. And because I still have this guy from previous videos, we're going to see how they both go. Alrighty, so these guys are both 28mm rated, or 1.1/8", and they're both 40 volt XGT tools. So the main difference is cosmetic so far. This one is a D-handle, so that's that long shape. It's more comfortable for drilling in certain positions, you know, usually downwards or upwards. Whereas this guy is a drop motor shape, so motor's there. It's nicely balanced, it's more compact, and it's a good all-round general kind of shape. All right, so let's take a closer look. So the long guy is more or less the same tool as the other one. They're both 3 modes, so they've got drill only, hammer drill, in between for changing your position, and then hammer only. They're both rated to the same capacity, so that's 28mm holes, or 1.1/8". They both have the little port for the Bluetooth connector, if you want to buy that. They both support onboard dust extraction. This one has this little port underneath for your suction. The only other difference I can see so far is that this one has a speed control, whereas the long guy doesn't. So if we check the revs on this guy, we'll see it's pretty close to what they advertise, which is 980 RPM. So this guy, we set that up to 5. We only get about 830 RPM. So this is a quirk of this tool. I have had this confirmed by a viewer. His also does this. Basically, it doesn't get any faster between level 5 and level 4. So level 5. No change. No change in speed to level 4. And then it starts changing after level 4. So potentially a little fault with the way they assemble this model. Other than that, the specs are basically the same between these two. The D-handle boasts 3 joules of impact. That one has 2.8, because with the long ones you end up with more of the weight in line with the chisel, and I think that helps to enhance the impact force a little bit. You'll often see that when there's a long version and a stubby version, but I think the fact that this guy revs faster is automatically going to make it drill a little faster too. Anyway, let's get drilling. So I just got a bit of like footpath concrete. Just going to break that up with this chisel, but I'll jump up and do this at ground level just to demonstrate the difference in length of these two tools. So as you can see, the D-handle is really long. So if you're chiseling downwards or even upwards, this kind of tool might be a better option for you, just based on the whole posture. Obviously getting a longer chisel or drill bit will help as well. So obviously the front handle is a bit of a problem, but then I guess you can always chisel, you just hold it like that. Whereas with the drop motor, I feel like I'm much further forward. The front handle is no different, but I feel like I'm a lot more leant forward. Really, if you're breaking up concrete a lot, you want a bigger tool than this. Other than the little stuff up with the speed selector, these are both very nice tools. Strangely enough, the D-Handle costs a fair bit cheaper. This guy is about $430, whereas this one's about $530 retail price in Australia. Couldn't really tell you why. This speed control is not worth an extra $100 for sure. They both got vibration dampening, they both got the same modes, they both got like the same impact force, they both got the active feedback technology, which is the kickback control in case the bit binds up, it doesn't, do your wrists. Very similar tools. I don't know why they're charging so much less for this one than this one, but you know what? I actually like this one better. I find it more comfy to use than this guy, although you won't be able to fit this giant honker into any confined spaces really. So yeah, if you're in the store and you're looking at either of these two and you can't decide, I reckon just quietly I prefer this one. It does feel a little nicer to use. It is more powerful, it is cheaper. Seems to have all the same features aside from the speed control. So if you're in the store looking at buying this one, bring a battery with you, check that speed control and see if you can verify that it actually goes to full speed, unlike mine. Otherwise, if the length of the thing doesn't matter to you, I just prefer this one. I think it looks cooler, it feels a little bit nicer, and hits a tiny little bit harder too on paper. So there you go, hammerheads. I'm going to try and do a lot more of these sort of quick tests, because the other ones with the data analysis and the graphs and everything, they do take a long time. They are my main game, because I really do want to compare every tool against every other tool in a nice even playing field. But they take ages to make, so I am going to try and do a lot more informal stuff like this as well, just to get it all out there, I've been collecting these things for a couple of years. I've got a lot of stories to tell, and anyway, like and subscribe, help me pay for all this crap, and yeah, scratches later.